Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great, staying home safe with your family. I know times are really hard right now, but I believe that the resiliency that we have within ourselves tend to kick in during difficult times. So I hope you and your family are safe and sound. Um, I thought to bring to some parents' attention some of the concerns I have as I am providing phone and online therapy, that children seem to be, going through depression during these times. And it would be difficult for parents to notice and know what are the symptoms. Um, I would encourage to talk to your healthcare provider about this to be sure whether your child is suffering from depression or not. But at the same time, what I can share with you based on my experience and day to day work that I do is that it is in usually younger children's cases, it is not the same like adults' case. For example, children tend to have more of behavioral issues when they are suffering from depression. In other words, they won't be listening so much to you, they would be misbehaving. So it can be anxiety, it can be depression in the background, but in the front, it seems to be the child is not listening to you. So that can be a difference between an adult who's depressed and they tend to, get withdrawn and not to socialize that much, and they look sad, and either they're completely gaining a lot of weight or losing a lot of weight, or they have a lot of sleep or they have very less sleep. So those are the symptoms, for example, some of the symptoms that someone is going through depression. However, in children it can be a little bit different. Again, I'm emphasizing that please talk to your healthcare providers in this case to be sure if there is any concern about your child. So another thing is that I noticed throughout my work that children seem to be protective of their parents, like children a little bit maybe 10 years and older. They, even if they feel sad inside, this age group, again, they're a little bit similar to adults, and they would be feeling sad, but they try to hide it from their parents because they feel protective of their parents, or they feel like they are adding, again, it's part of protection again, that they're adding to their parents' stress. Another thing is that try to find what is your children's love language. If, for example, usually most children, and I'm assuming it's most children because I have my own son to be quite, physically affectionate or wanting to receive physical affection. So if most of you, if your children falls into that most children category who would want physical affection, try to hug them, try to cuddle them, and spend some quality time with them. I know a lot of parents are right now focusing on how they can manage the time, and they might would be a little bit maybe overly focusing on how to provide structure and hold children accountable to their studies, which is a great goal because in a sense it does work in the long run towards reducing some of symptoms of depression, because now you have a structure, you can predict what's going on. But having said that, the most immediate need is not so much about the long-term goal. It is more about the short-term goal, like how can you help your children to feel safe, to feel accepted, to feel that they can hug you and you are there for them. So this is again very important to listen to their love language. And another thing is that I know it can be quite challenging for parents who have more than one or two or three children, because you yourself, you're trying to manage your own time and your own struggles with what's going on in the world right now. But again, I'm going to be encouraging you that see if you can spend one-on-one time with your children, and to try to listen. I know that, I don't know about all of you guys out there, but in my culture, we tend to give a lot of advice, which seems to be the case I'm doing right now. But having said that, try to listen more and try to see what what they are trying to say, and resist the temptation for advice giving or to ask them to think or feel otherwise, even though it may work for some children, it might not work for other children. I've noticed that these young people, as little as they are, they're quite smart, and they are quite in tune with their feelings and thoughts. So it's not easy. Just the way we cannot ask a adult to snap out of their situation, we can't do the same with children either. So listen, and overall, pay attention to how your children are doing. See if you have to readjust your scheduling at this point, and ask them to or at least be present with the short-term goal, which in this case is more of taking care of their health and mental health, rather than focusing on, I want you to do well in school. So that's it, and I hope you guys are doing great. And if you have any questions for me, please feel free. I'm planning to launch a YouTube channel where I can share more videos during these times, and I would be doing that pretty soon. So feel free to ask any questions and send it to me so that I can make videos about that. Stay safe and take good care of yourself.